Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we're going to prepare for the GRE. We have been solving GRE math problems out of this book here, Official Guide to the Revised GRE, the second edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problems that we are going to deal with today are the ones that you will find on page number 225 through 227. Page 225 through 227. Let's turn to page number 225, please. On the very top of page 225, this is the section that deals with algebra. The algebra portion starts on page number 222. On the very top of page number 225, there's an equation there. It's a very straightforward and simple equation. But as I explained on the very first day when I started this project, I had committed myself to doing every single math problem in this book, and therefore I didn't want to skip anything. And even though it's a simple problem, I did it anyway. So this 2.3.1, which is on the top of the page 225, we covered that problem on day 96. You still might learn something, because sometimes they have a tendency of doing these problems. The people in the authors of the book, they have a tendency of doing these problems in a very classical, very geeky, very nerdy, very academic way, very classical way, and that is usually not the most efficient way of taking the exam. So sometimes, once in a while, you might learn something, a quicker way of doing it, doing a problem, a more efficient way of doing the problem, by sometimes what I call the quick and dirty ways. Anyway, enough of the talk. So on top of page 225, there's the problem number 1. I covered that. I did that problem on day 96. Just type in revised GRE math, day 96, it will pop right up. And after that, at the bottom of the page, it doesn't have a number, it doesn't have a problem number, but on the very bottom of the page 225, they have a simultaneous equations. And we did that problem of simultaneous equations on day 97. On the next page, on page number 226, where they talk about solving quadratic equations in section 2.4, 2.4.1 on page 226. I spent 2 days on it, day 98 and day 99, because I did this problem in two different ways. Once with the quadratic formula and once without the quadratic formula by using a method called factorization. So which is why you see there 2 days here, 98 and 99. Example 2.4.2 that you see on the next page, on page 227. That was covered on day number 100. And finally, I spent 3 more days doing examples, problems that are not in the book there, but problems that appeared in the old GREs before. I took three of those typical problems dealing with quadratic equations, and you will find those problems on day number 101, 102, and 103. And we solve those problems using a method called factorizations, where one solves a quadratic equation without the quadratic formula. Because I can never remember the bloody thing. I cannot remember the quadratic formula. So therefore I have to have a way of dealing with the quadratic equations. I have to have a way of solving the quadratic equations without the formula. And that method is what is known as factorization, where you don't have to memorize the formula. Anyway, they're there. I will see you tomorrow. We'll do a few problems at a time, as I said before. And we'll just keep on going. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.